Hello everybody, Average Gamer here, and welcome to the first, or actually the preseason episode for the Franchise Hockey Manager 3's campaign as the GM slash coach of the Bordeaux Boxers. That's right, the Bordeaux Boxers. So, we're going to go into our roster here. A couple things I want to do real quick is I want to tell my manager, okay, my assistant's doing my training. As for strategy, I'm going to tell them to, hey, do me a favor, create, we're going to, action menu, there we go. We're going to dress everybody, everyone's dressed, strategy, good to go. Before I do our lines, what I want to do here is make sure everyone's dressed. We're going to check our tactics. So overall, what we're going to do here, obviously our team is going to be defensive. So with that in mind, we're going to be doing the neutral zone trap. So we're going to be playing very, very defensively and just trying to, because I really don't know how this team is going to be for the preseason. So what I'm pretty much going to do is just kind of leave, I'm using my hand to point at what I'm trying to do. I'm just going to try to get the team to cycle the puck a little bit and play the neutral zone trap. And I'm going to tell the assistant manager, set up our lines for me, please. And then what's going to happen is we're going to kind of play it by ear. Gilbert should be our number one center, make sure. Then Krosky and Delarose, yes, and then Piet. Perfect. Okay. I kind of wish there was a sorting thing here where I could say I want just my centermen, just my left wingers, just my right wingers. Yeah, so right now we're just going to kind of set things up a little bit. Set how much ice time we generally want them to play. This is just to see kind of how things go and how things feel out a little bit. Once we get the first game through and as we play, we will modify and change up our plans a little bit. Then here's our power play. Middle kill, 4-on-4, 4-on-3, and then goalie starts. This one right now, hottest goalie is going to be a priority at 4. Best rest goalie is a 1. I want to, any back-to-back games, we're going to make it a priority that we switch goalies. Goalie, if they get a shutout, we definitely want it to be a priority. And obviously, starting the best goalie as well is an important thing. And we want to always start with our starter in the playoffs. So, Nagy is our starting goalie. And we're playing our first game against the Espinal Dolphins. Look at this team right here. They're pretty average from the looks of it, but we'll see. Once we play all these teams in the preseason, we'll kind of get a good bit of info from them. On the meantime, so we've already set up our lines. We're pretty much good to go. Special. So Nagy is going to be our goalie. I believe he is the better of the two. Yep. Who are they going with? Who is this guy? Well, Harver. He's a 2.5, and we're at a 2.5. So tactics are good. Dressed, regular tactics. So we're basically just gonna go from here. Oh, nice. He's actually lit up. Perfect. Right. Play the game. Now, one of the things I kind of wish we could do is from. Oh, we can change the strategy as we go. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to play on slow for the moment and see how things go. Okay, so we're going to play. 510 in attendance. Let's start off, and the pucks drop. So we're looking for a lot of red here. You know, let's increase the speed a little bit to normal. Alright, so this is a line change. We are in the offensive end, so what I want to do, overall game fatigue and then shift fatigue. I want to throw out, who is the best at, who's our best centerman? I mean, it is these guys, but they've already been out, and as I can see, Bertelko here is already hurt and is already tired. So I'm going to do something a little off and do first line and our second defenseman. So here we go. So they're doing, looks like dump and chase. Right. So we're now at our end. We're going to go with our first line and our first set of defensemen. Okay, still don't have our first shot. I want to get a little bit more aggressive, I'm thinking, against these guys. Like, we're 2 minutes in and we've only got one shot on the net. Well, right now, I'm going to assume he is their goalie. Oh, I can't look up his information. Boo. Okay, never mind. Back to us. Let's take variable shots. Let's increase our high risk a little bit. Let's up the tempo a little bit. Let's do second, first, third. You don't count. First line, I want them against the third line. Second line, preferably against the first. And third line against the second. And fourth line against the fourth line. We're going to go with you. And once again, our first line defenseman here. No, there we go. Second shot. We're going to up this to fast. There we go. Oh, we are killing a penalty. Son of a bitch. Okay. Still got 53 seconds until our penalty's over. $31 seconds. I really don't want to use our better players right now, because I'd prefer them to be ready to go when there we go. Penalty's over. Our lines are changing and I'm not doing anything here. Why? Oh, they're changing on the fly. That's why. That's good to know. Well, we're going to throw out our best players at them here. So looking, we're pretty much better than them almost everywhere except for when it comes to special teams. We're shooting them 7-0, which is good. So we definitely have increased ooh, what is going on here? Oh, power play. Perfect. Obviously, we're throwing out our best players against them in the power play. Come on, guys. Still, best guys, power play. Let's go. Still power play. Yep. But then we're gonna switch out and go to the second line, second batch of defensemen. So grab it in our end, we're bringing it back out. Come on, guys. Shots 10-0. So we've kept them to 0 shots so far. We're playing extremely defensive. I'm gonna go with our second line and our first batch of defensemen. Still not. We're going to go with our fourth line real quick. And our second batch of defensemen. We want to let everyone else kind of get back a little bit. No, they still haven't got a shot on net. This is pretty good. I'm actually liking the way these guys are playing. Hey! Boom! 1-0 for us. We're going to come back with... still 9 minutes. We're still halfway through the first period. So we're going to go with... we're only going to play the first period of the preseason for now. Just to kind of get used to all this. Yeah, we're going to go with our third line and our first batch of defensemen. No, third line defenseman. Third set of defensemen. Well, 12 shots to none so far. So we're playing. So right now we're doing the trap, and we're being very, very defensive. They should be getting at least 1 or 2 shots by the end of this game. Come on, guys. Come on. So the whole point here is to play... We're basically trying to be really kind of conservative. I'm going to assume we're not the most skilled team for now. So I'm assuming we're going to be playing a lot of games with, like, 1-goal leads type thing. 1-0, 2-0, 3-2, 2-1. Our third line's pretty banged up, and so is our third batch of defensemen and our third line. We're going with 2 and 2 and 1. They're on the the power play. Or we're on the power play. Okay. Hey! Boom! Okay, so it's 2-0. I would like to come out with our better guys, but... Yeah, we're going to go with our first line. Our left defensemen are pretty hurting here. If it was smart, they would push on this side a little bit more. We're 5 minutes left of the first period. There we go. We're gonna come back with our it's left side. So I'm gonna go with our second line and our second batch of defensemen. Hey, they got their first shot on net! Yay! Congratulations! If he scored, I would have been pissed. $15 shot, and it looks like we're killing a penalty. So it's not giving me all the options all the time to change them, unless there's a whistle. What you figure if there was a penalty, I would get an option to do that. We're going our best players because there's only 8 seconds left in that penalty. So he'll come out. We got another one? Or was that another penalty? Oh, that was another penalty. Okay. We're gonna go with our first line and our third line, third pairing defenseman. Because right now it's like I know who's good, who's not good, but I also know who, is tired and who's not, type thing. We got 29 seconds left to kill. I'm going to go with our first line of both. So our first pair and our first line. So the guy who's on the penalty kill, when he's out in 30 seconds, will have a really strong first line out already. Or not. We're going to switch over to the second. And he should be out right about now. And he's out. Oh, there's another penalty. It's them. So we're on the power play. We're just going to go full tilt here. Try to get that third goal. Okay. Trying to think if I should get a little bit more. Try and push the tempo a little bit. And we're going to go with our second line in our second pairing. Oh, it's going to be 4-on-4, so second line and second pairing again. Oh, come on, guys. And the first period is up of our first preseason game. Remember, once again, we were just going to do the first period, and then we're going to sim the rest of the game. Plan is to do, if I'm going to be coaching the team, to be 100% honest with you, one of the catch-22s of all this is going to be I have to do every single game. So what I'm asking you guys is this. Do you guys want to see me coach the games? Or do you want to see me just kind of do the way I did before, where we quickly did the stoppages, just set the strategy, and then sim through the game so we can get more games done and we can actually progress further in the seasons a lot faster? My plan is maybe do almost like a season a week. Basically just by simming every game. And we sim to the end of the game and we won 4-1. But yeah, so basically what I'll be doing is setting up my strategy from this screen, setting up global tactics, all that stuff, and then letting basically the computer and the computer AI and all that stuff do all the stuff in the game itself. Or if you guys want me to go through and sim and play every single game, up to you guys. Our next preseason game, though, is against the Ravens, the Gap Ravens, from the looks of it. We're just going to sim to that game, and that's going to be the end of this episode. So yeah, so if you, that's not our team, right? Yeah, the Grenoble something de Loops. Interesting to know. Grenoble loses Teddy Trebuchet to injury. Good to know. But yeah, so if you guys want to see me, if no one comments, I'm gonna pretty much do what I'm thinking of doing. Which don't know if you guys are gonna like or not. But yeah, so what I'm gonna be doing this is the two options I'm thinking of. Number one, set the coaching, set my strategy, set my roster, all that stuff, and then sim the games. Let the AI do its thing in the game itself, but I set the general overall thing. Kind of like how a coach kind of works during the game. Yeah, he calls it the lines, but that's why you have your assistants. The assistants are pretty much doing the majority of the work anyways. So this would be a way of me having the assistants do most of the work. The other one is sim every single game, which means we're pretty much going to be doing 5 games a week. Every season's about 40 games. So excluding doing any live streams, we'd be doing basically a season a month until we get to seasons where, say we made the playoffs, we'd be going in a little further. But I'm thinking I want to do at least a season a week. Get through multiple seasons, or even season a month in my eyes, maybe pushing a little bit. But we will see. One other idea was told was do by week, so every day is a week, or a month in the game. So play all the games for that month on that day and kind of edit and cut things down a little bit. But the only problem is that it takes me at least half an hour to play a game if I'm coaching it and simming it, or not simming it. So it's one of those things where I can do a 5-minute episode and tell you what happened in that week. Or I can play the games and do all the changes and all the tweaks and all that stuff. It takes an hour or half hour for me to record and all that stuff. Or I can set up the general stuff and sim it and do an entire season in 1 week. Basically, just divide the season into however many things. So the off season or the preseason, like the beginning before the off season, is on a Monday. Preseason is on the Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday is the regular season. Friday, if we make the playoffs, will be the playoffs. And then, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday would be the regular season. And then if we make the playoffs, we do a live stream on Saturday where we play through the playoffs. And then we repeat. Off season, preseason, 3 days of regular season, and then playoffs again. But yeah, so that is my theory behind things right at the moment. Whether that's the way people are going to be interested in, I don't know. But that's what we might try. If you guys have any ideas, I'm just trying to think of what I can do to kind of cut down on viewing time. Not viewing time, but downtime. I don't want this to get too boring, but I also want us to progress quickly so people are still interested and wanting to see what happens and all that stuff. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave your input. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well if you already haven't. See you next time. Bye-bye.